Hey, what's up, everybody? Remember, not all movement needs to be a workout. Let's have a snack, a movement snack. If you're wondering what's on my head, it's a homemade horse hat. I found it at Salvation Army last year. Been wondering what I'm going to do with it, and I think I finally found it. So, today's episode, we're going to build our base, right? And then we're going to do some hanging. So, arms are stretched out long. Pull those forearms back, chest tall. Push the shoulder blades into the ground. Get the spine long. Use that elongation in your spine to be able to look. All right, let's bring the legs into it. So now that we've built the base up front, pull the knees forward. Let's rebuild. Try to keep adding in some of those glances over your shoulders. One leg up, other leg up. And in order, just kind of reverse order, back to lying. And finally, now we're in our knee hand. We'll come up and let's push ourselves back into a deep knee bend so we're on the balls of the feet. And then find ourselves in a bent sit. From here we'll go to our side bent sit. 2 90-degree angles. And we'll work back and forth. So we sent a lot of weights home with our members last week. If you've got a weight, let's use it to further open these hips. I've got a 36-pound kettlebell here. I'm going to take this and just let it help me sink. Try to get both sides of your rear end on the ground, and that'll really push into this internal rotation in the leg where the foot is back. Kind of sink in. Maybe lift your hips and then sink back down. So from the side, we'll just press up and back down. If you don't have a kettlebell or a fitness weight, guess what? This bag weighs the same thing. And then shift over and work through on the other side. Last week we did some side bent sit get-ups, right? Side bent sit get-ups, since they use the knees, they're one of our easier to do get-ups, versus a get-up that has no hands or knees involved. This one is good for lifting weights. So if you have a load on the ground, that side bent get sit-up we worked on is a good thing to use for getting up and down off the ground with weights. But for now, we're not going to worry about getting up with weight. We're just going to use that weight to further open these hips in this position. And you can also, let's hinge forward a little bit. I had been focusing on that trail leg, but if I hinge a little bit and I can use this weight, the further out it goes, the more leverage there is, and it's pulling me in. Hinging with a neutral spine towards that forward leg really gets into a nice pigeon pose stretch on that forward leg. If you have a pull-up bar, obviously you can use that. If not, I'm going to show a good substitution. You can use a door, but I don't want anybody to screw up their doors, all right? So inspect this to make sure it's a really solid. My house was built in the 1940s. I've done a lot of hanging on this. It's a tough, solid wooden door. So don't throw a lot of weight on it without first easing into it. And when you hang close to the hinges. You don't want to be out here because that's going to put a lot more leverage and basically increase the amount of stress on the hinges. But inspect these hinges, make sure there's no warping or separation, and then we're going to slowly apply weight to ensure that the door can support us. Also, I would recommend for comfort and to avoid getting fingerprints all over it, putting like a towel for a little padding on top. Now let's just do some like 30-second segments of hanging. Now look, I want you to be able to get through 30 seconds at a time. So if that means you keep your feet on the ground, that's fine. So hang both hands on top of the door and then slowly release weight from your feet. One, that'll test the strength of your door and make sure you're not going to rip it off the hinges. Two, if you reach a point that it starts getting challenging, either back off, put a little more weight on your feet, or hold there for the 30 seconds, all right? But I want you to be able to get through a full 30 seconds, shake it out for 20 or 30 seconds, and then go through 3 more rounds. So let's hang for like 2 minutes. You might have noticed I did some contract and relax of that lat. So the elbows remain straight. It's a dead hang, but I let my shoulder blades sink up and then I would retract back down. Kind of go in and out of what we call a passive hang and an active hang throughout that 30 seconds. All right, let me get into my second round here. For the next round, I'm going to explore some other options. If you weren't comfortable hanging on a door in your house, I know it is a little sketchy. Really don't want you to screw up your home. I have this old clothesline. This is a good option as well. This is going to be a little more challenging because it's much bigger diameter than the door frame. So it'll be more work on the grip. Hey, more work, more gains. Be careful for there's a little jagged metal inside of this. Make sure you inspect whatever you're gonna be throwing your hands on, especially like out of doors. All right, let's see what else I got around here. How about a woodshed? I know you got a woodshed, right? I built this myself, pretty proud of it. I didn't use any plans, just a bunch of spare wood from the gym, and then some more I had to buy. There's my 2 minutes. Get yours. Have a great day, y'all.